Rolex began when Hans Wilsdorf founded a watch distribution company in London. At that time, wristwatches were imprecise, but Wilsdorf had a dream of making a watch that was not only precise, but also elegant. He used small movements manufactured by a watchmaking firm based in Bienne, Switzerland. He came up with the name Rolex, as it was short and was easy to pronounce in any language. If you ask most people around the world to name the finest brand of wristwatch, the answer will usually be Rolex. Rolex is one of the world's most loved luxury brands. Worn by everyone, from Winston Churchill to James Bond, this brand is one of the most recognizable and sought-after brands worldwide. The most expensive Rolex sold at auction fetched over $17 million. But what makes them so expensive? Is it purely clever branding? Or are there valuable parts inside these watches? Or is the value of these watches owed to the rich and historic journey of the brand? In this video we will go through the main reasons behind the Rolex price tag. But as usual and before we begin, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to our channel. 1. Rolex's use of 904L stainless steel. To make them stand out from the crowd, Rolex gives its luxury watches a classic, unrivaled design. This includes the use of quality stainless steel, 904L. This steel type is much stronger and shinier than the normal 316L steel, which is commonly used by other watchmakers. 904L stainless steel is not only expensive, but also hard to make. Rolex started using this steel, usually referred to as corrosion-resistant superalloy, extensively in 2003. Considering all Rolex watches are usually made in-house, most existing tools and machines were replaced to produce 904L stainless steel. It takes special skills and extra work to manufacture this steel type. Hence, most watchmakers continue to rely on the 316L steel. As a result, Rolex is probably the only watch company to use 904L steel. 2. Multiple research facilities. Rolex has a very extraordinary internal research and development department. They have various professional labs and facilities where researchers and scientists work on new Rolex watches and manufacturing techniques. Rolex has to ensure that they have the best team in these labs and facilities. Hence, they prefer to use highly trained scientists in their chemistry lab for research on oils and lubricants used in their machines. Other special facilities of Rolex include a stress test room for testing watch movements, cases, and bracelets. The company also has a room with several electron microscopes and gas spectrometers, where research on metals and other materials takes place. 3. The importance of mechanization. As one of the best watch brands out there with very high demand, Rolex has extensively invested in machines, most of which are in the form of robots. In its master supply room, the company uses these robots to assist in repetitive works such as packaging, retrieval of trays containing parts, or completing the assembly of Rolex watches. Not only that, but Rolex also uses robots in the initial stage of polishing watches before human workers take over. 4. Hand-assembled movements. Despite the fact that Rolex makes extensive use of robots for production, the tasks performed by machines and robots are actually simple ones. These include sorting, cataloging, and filing. In fact, watch movements and bracelets are usually hand-assembled. Before watches are sent to COSC for chronometer certification, they are often double-checked and tested by humans to ensure high quality. 5. Water impermeability testing. Rolex watches come with remarkable impermeability. Some are even water-resistant up to 300 meters, like Rolex Submariner watches. To confirm water resistance levels, each Rolex dive watch is usually tested under pressurized tanks, then outdoors in actual water. Meanwhile, to test Rolex deep-sea watches, Rolex often uses a high-pressure water tank that has been specially redeveloped through Comex. 6. An army of gemologists. To make sure they always present top-notch luxury watches to consumers, Rolex uses a massive team of gemologists. These specialists assist in purchasing, testing, and setting precious materials, including gold and diamond, onto various luxurious models. In addition, the company uses traditional jewelers to assist with hand-picking and hand-setting diamonds and precious stones. 7. Gold production. Rolex is touted as being the only watchmaker to produce their own gold. This explains why some gold models feature on lists of the most expensive watches. Rolex usually refines 24K gold into 18K yellow, white, or Eve rose gold for their products. Because its watches are authentic, elegant, and possess requisite accuracy, those interested in having a deluxe shining star on their wrist usually aim for Rolex. But Rolex manufacturing is no easy feat. It takes almost an entire year for the brand to make one new collection, since they have to ensure the flawless quality of every watch. They take no shortcuts. Well folks, this brings us to the end of this video. Don't hesitate to press the like button if you like it. See you soon.